You guys can't record, Shravan. I mean,
No,
I
it's
No,
don't
grayed
know.
no,
out for
only
me. I think you have to be an
mm,
organizer
Oh,
or special permissions.
okay, okay, okay.
no,
Yeah,
whoever starts
just
the meeting can only record
okay,
it.
okay, okay. So just let us know, okay? Just let us know. Even I can record. I'm seeing that. I think only owners and members का कुछ
Yeah.
नहीं. So whatever, just क्या बोलते हैं, just let us know. Okay, we are not I mean always trained to do this recording thing. Okay, so yeah. So okay, I mean yeah, I mean that. So largely, it's going to be that. So right now we think that we will. So the reader thing is something that we will develop and we'll give you all. Okay, and once you all get it, all of you all will have to go through it, and then we want, like what Swati just mentioned, we want to just know your opinion. Okay, don't give us don't give us other people's opinion. Don't give us opinion of Google. Okay, basically. So we want your opinion, and it's one of the most important thing. And sometimes I think there's a lack of opinions in this world, in this scenario that we live in. Okay, and I think that is what it makes, society, a cultural evolution. uh, and I think we should promote that. Okay, and I think that is where we also come in, where we saying that, where we are trying to establish that we need to listen to each other. Okay, but also equally have an opinion about what we think about a particular kind of architectural practice and architectural manifestation, kind of a process. Sometimes some processes are not in hand with, say, looking at the reduction of the carbon footprint to sometimes carbon footprint has been reduced very well in the process of creating that architectural building, but there is a complete destruction of community and social structure. Okay, so I think it's something that we need to discuss. We need to prod in all these kind of architectural components and samples that we will give, and I think that is something that will be interesting. Okay, the only drawback, I think, what I can right now see is, Swati, is that a class of 80. Okay, and the two of us. Okay, the only drawback is going to be that, but we will find a way how to probably work this out. Okay, something fun, and something where you all become peer reviewers to each other. Okay, where you all will see your friends work and you all will comment on it, and then you'll also comment on your own work. Okay, so we will devise a way, something like that, which is friendly and does not require any form of battlefield situation. Okay, तुम लोग को भरोसा नहीं है, तुम लोग आ ही जाएगा सब खून खराबा. Okay, नहीं चाहिए वो सब. Okay, so we'll devise a way, because I feel the only kind of thing is the teacher student ratio, but we'll work something out. Okay, um, as of now, there are no grades to this course. Okay, so I feel, but I realize this course is also developed in a way that it goes in hand with the technology studio. So I'm going to take little bit some of those marks from there. Okay, I'm going to put in this. So Swati, I was thinking, like, a 50 marks I will take from technology studio. I've already spoken to them. They have to release 50 marks. So I mean, just for the sake of, because there is some amount of work that you all will put as to for the thing, and it has to be credited some form of, कुछ तो देना चाहिए तुम लोग को, इसमें क्या ऐसा फ्री में, हाँ? So for that sake. Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, I
Anything,
So
anybody?
this,
Yeah.
they would
sorry,
like to.
so this comes under technology as a studio, or
Yeah.
uh, huh,
Correct, correct. Yeah.
okay.
Oh, so he asked me in the beginning if this is like it's an it's a continuation of ADL, so that is architectural design lectures. I said, I said,
Uh,
yeah,
yeah, and no
yeah, and
also.
no.
yeah, I know. Also because first of all, I'll to be honest, um, this course is devised. Is built in a way to aid both design and technology. Okay, and actually this kind of thing would have happened in an AD course, but I think given the thing that we have a space and the thing that is we have set of faculty who could probably extend support to this. Okay, so yes, it's about that. It's a continuation maybe in that format, but also we are also seeing that you're in the third year. Okay, so the way so your certain we need to develop certain kind of agencies. Okay, and I think that is where we are trying to say that okay, we need to develop certain kind of agencies, and the third year needs to equip students with looking at diagramming. Okay, and diagrams become the backbone structure of anything. Okay, so I mean I have a presentation, but I think I'll probably Swati, I keep it for the next class maybe. I have a presentation on diagramming, and how diagramming has won wars. Okay, how diagramming has changed perspectives, how diagramming has John Hadouk used forms of diagrams to build architectural manifestations sometimes out of that particular era. Okay, diagramming has various set of diagrams that people derived, architects and planners and designers derived for the park level competition that happened, and Shubhi won it and stuff like that. So it's very exciting. I mean, the forms of diagramming that people get into. Okay, and diagramming becomes the backbone structure of everything. So right now, next time, you give you a short presentation on that. Okay, and then our thing is going to now reduce the buildings into diagrams. Okay, and to understand what the architect is thinking, and thus develop a certain kind of understanding. Okay, this thing I can resonate with this kind of diagramming process, or this kind of tool that this particular architect has developed, and then you all will begin to pick and choose. Okay, so that is what we are trying to develop overall in the course. Does that answer? I don't know who had asked that question, but yeah, uh, I hope it answered that aspect. And anybody else want to ask, say something? क्या मंडे मंडे को क्या पूछने का उसको इसको देखो. How was your vacation यार वो तो बोल दे. I didn't get my vacation. I took but I last week I took one like a big vacation. Like I said consciously, no care way, just no care way and no other work. Okay, nobody want to say anything. Anushka, Anushka, you made the pelican beak, no?
Yeah.
कुछ तो पूछ यार.
Yeah. So,
नहीं
like,
नहीं, no जबरदस्ती. Just but I mean, you are going to say something, comment something. If you let us know, okay. Do you all do any one of you all want to speak about what you all did in the ADL? I mean, how you all? I mean, what you all thought about the ADL, and probably something that you all think should be refocused or added, and something that you are expecting in this course. So let us want to hear that. We are open to hearing that also.
I mean, it's not
so
exactly. Sorry, go ahead. Someone else stuff.
So in ADL we had guest lectures also. So it was helpful as well, and we
Uh,
got different perspective. So that was
uh,
interesting also. Like for different topics, the AD faculty used to come and give us different people used to come and give us different lectures about different things. So it was interesting in that sense.
Yeah. So we thought that yeah, Tanvi, no, no,
Yeah,
who
yeah,
who
yeah.
spoke, yeah, Tanvi, yeah. So we thought about it, and we thought that now it is important to probably listen to each other. You understood now, because that's why I said that the Council of Architecture considers third year as the end of the first part of the architectural education. Okay, and we also realized that in your AD, and because we had a larger third year meeting, we realized that in your AD also that there is this particular aspect towards these kind of discussions that are going to be taking place there. So sometimes it's going to be repetitive. Repetition में problem नहीं है. Like we say ना वो music में रियाज करता है, okay, practice होता है, okay. It's about that. Repetition में problem नहीं है. Repetition is going to happen. That is going to be part and parcel of this kind of education that we have devised. And repetition also is means that you become more and more reciprocative to certain kinds of thinking and demonstration. Okay, so that is fine. But yeah, we thought that it is important now to listen, because now we, like even today also Minal mentioned about the fact that we recognize and realize that you guys are able to you have an opinion, like Swati also mentioned, you'll have an opinion, and all the 80 need to listen to all the other 80 about opinions. Okay. So and kya hota hai na, we are already reading and thinking and listening to other architects' work. Okay. So we think it is important to gather that at this point. But and since I'm also in your AD studio, okay, and also happen to be your master, I know that the other courses are also going to discuss and going to bring in, say, field experts sometimes. Okay, so whenever we feel like what you're saying, Tanvi, that we feel that okay, we need to engage with a certain kind of an aspect about this thing, we also think that it might be possible, then we will get some faculty, or or somebody else to come and speak to you, or sometimes even your alumni. Okay, your 5 to 10 years alumni who've gone out, they have gone out of this same similar education. So now how are they, what is happening with them? It might be interesting. It might be an interesting thing, because then Shravan was asking about the kya bolte hain, the internship thing. It might be interesting. Then maybe by the end of the third year, I'm saying, end of the third year, probably you all will have a much more clarity about what which part of architectural field you want to probably invest in. Okay, your time. Sometimes it's going to be landscape. Sometimes it's going to be about writing and editing. Sometimes photography. Sometimes other allied kind of fields, like get into designing and designing, say, designing food. Okay, and ideas regarding that. There are a lot of people who've gotten into product design, into automobile designing. So I think that there is a whole like a world of possibilities, but all depends upon how one begins to develop that perspective. So I would say maybe this semester we look at that, developing your perspectives and listening to other people's perspectives, and maybe looking at the success of that. Okay, if we need, we'll bring in people. But I was thinking, Swati, then in that question, that there's a possibility then this next semester is where we bring in other people, okay, like alumni and other people, and they listen to them, and then they respond to it. Okay, that might be an interesting thing.
Yeah. Yeah, but keeping it maybe between them this semester, like you said, would be uh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
because then they've kind of developed it, and then now to bring in more views and influences
yeah,
is
yeah. True. Because I sometimes feel that we don't listen to our own neighbors. I mean, we don't listen to our friends. They are saying something valuable, but we are always looking out. Huh?
up and out.
Uh, yeah, and sometimes मतलब मेरे आंगन में ही है solutions. But we are always, so I feel, yeah, that's I come from that thinking now. Nowadays, I feel it's very important to listen what is available next to you. Yeah, Shravan.
I think one drawback of the online lectures is that sorry, I think there's a background. Okay, yeah. As much as the drawback of the background lectures is that there's no real like there's no real focal point of a conversation. Like when I'm trying to, like, if I have a response, for example, I will watch a lecture, I'll have so many opinions, but I don't know where to direct them or what to kind of express as an opinion. And I
Hmm.
mean, yeah, it's easier for me because my shame is lying somewhere in a Manikji Cooper lost and found. But a lot of people have like this kind of reservations. Even I do have reservations sometimes about like talking about something like is this relevant to the class? Is this something I should be expressing in class? Does this sound weird? So I think a lot of it is also like because there's just so many opinions at one time that we don't know what to drive on. So maybe something like having some sort of like an input path, like a question or something, might actually bring out more opinions from the class than just opening it out without like as general thing where you don't feel like it's the bystander effect at the end of the day where you're always thinking कि कोई तो बोलेगा or should I speak, do I have to speak.
Okay, okay. So you're saying that there is that that not dilemma, but that's a situation that should I what I'm going to ask, does it make sense? Is it foolish to ask these questions and things like that? So some kind some so are you saying some form of
Not even for like
anonymity?
opinions because no even for opinions like in ADL a lot of the times like there would be like very few people replying even though like a lot of the class would have an
Hmm.
opinion on a particular project like
Hmm.
just as a kind of this thing. So maybe like a kind of funnel, like a question that kind of
Hmm.
opens up
Can
a
happen.
thing.
Can happen.
Because if
So
you leave
so
it
so
too
that's a
open,
nice
what
idea.
happens is yeah.
That's a nice idea because then opinions and then each one of you will also raise questions, okay? And only Swati and I will know who's asking what, okay? And then we will then distribute these questions. I'm saying, okay? I'm just thinking. Huh? We'll distribute these questions in the whole class, and somebody's question goes to somebody else to answer it, okay? And everyone gets to answer some form of questions, okay, because then those people who are answering the questions are also now say develop are in some form of sense that they are actually having bringing out an opinion about that question, okay, so that's possible. We'll find a way to how to do it. Like I'm thinking that maybe break the class into 80 hai to four ka groups mein bana do, so then there's a peer reviewership, and then there is like some kind of thing that you work in as a group, so that's possible maybe, and then through that then as a group then they will be able to refine those questions, okay, those questions will become more kind of potent, I would say. So that might be interesting. Okay, I think I agree, Shravan. So because the class is so large and 100 minutes, and then you have to do the whole lot of circus, and then not everybody gets the space and the time to ask questions. Because I think also time to process. It takes too much. So it sometimes some things it takes some more time to process. So I feel yeah, fine, agreed. I think it's a good point. We'll also work on that.
Yeah, especially because I think okay, sorry, someone raised my hand.
Yeah, Ria.
Hi, good morning. So
Hi.
I had a question whether we'll be building on the toolbook within the class time or will be working on majority of it after the class gets over.
तो क्या होगा ना रिया, द थिंग इज द क्लास के टाइम पे तो इट्स ओनली 100 मिनट स्लॉट, ओके, so yes, you will be building it while the class is on, that is going to happen, I presume. Class will have lecture component and a discussion component. I think that will take away our 100 minutes, okay, and maybe we give a small break because it's not easy to sit 100 minutes straight, okay. Now today itself you all have come in at 8 o'clock and listening to me and Mino, so so I think it could have, so I don't know. So one is that, okay, Ria. The other thing is it's a and it's again a good question, okay. And the other thing is we this is something that Swati and I have been discussing, that you all are not only coming to our course, no, you all are also building a repository of information and reacting to those information in other courses also, like AD में हो रहा है, the allied design mein ho raha hai, landscape mein, that is, then are so many courses happening. So
Right.
we also feel that those courses ka jo hai, they will also begin to influence your this book, okay. So this is good. This book is going to be somewhere an assimilation of all the courses and that you all are put into, that you all go through, because you all are building a form of or engaging with this form of क्या बोलते हैं, set data or information like for example, landscape is going to look at say regional landscapes and local kind of landscape wala situation, and wanting to see what is the relationship of that landscape with civilization. Okay, or in services, mineral and they are going to look at like urban services. Okay, septic tank and stormwater treatment plants and things like that at the regional level and as well as at the local and building level. Okay, and then there'll be certain kind of examples that will come out. Okay, so you all are also listening. So I feel this book is going to be somewhere going to fill in those gaps. Okay, where you all will keep collecting information. Some like I said, some of these case studies and samples are common, but some course will bring in a different way of looking at that case study, and some other courses will have another opinion about the case study. So I think the book is going to happen 25% within the class and 75% outside the class. That's why it's a 16-week 4 months thing. We are not asking for any like a thing. Only maybe in the middle we want to say see an interim thing of how much you all have developed, like a mid thing somewhere in August. Okay, mid August or last week of August is what we will probably expect something to like share with us, so we can grade you all as because of whatever that is because of administrative wala thing. So yeah, largely it's going to be like that. Have I answered?
Yes, yes. Thanks. Anu.
Swati, you want to add something to it, please?
George, I was just thinking, apart from this question, I think maybe writing is also something that we want to develop more in
Hmm.
them, right? So
Hmm.
diagramming and writing is
Hmm.
something we are parallelly looking at. I don't know if we mentioned that before,
No,
and
not. Hmm. Hmm.
and uh, uh, I mean, it doesn't have to be some like very,
Ah.
large essays or anything like that, but it's about just seeing how you're able to articulate,
Hmm.
be articulate with what your thoughts are, and kind
Hmm.
of translate and share it with the person who's on the other side. So I think some amount of that has to also come in,
Yes,
but
yes,
we probably
yes.
have to build on that a little
Like
bit more.
this guy Walter Benjamin writes in a very different way. He writes sentences, sometimes just 2 or 3 words, and then full stop, and then again continues in another sentence and full stop. So I think the format of writing, like I is open, okay, but the idea has to be sent across. I mean, somebody needs to understand what you're trying to say. Yeah, Flo.
So mostly we'll be looking at like case studies and be making that book based on the case studies, based on like diagrams or principles or like quotes or whatever on the case studies, or maybe what we think about like that, and they could be like across different courses also.
Yes, yes. So that book is a book of your opinion. That book is a book of your opinion. Okay, so yes, yeah, so case, I mean, case studies are going to be one way of doing it. I mean, we would like, again, if this was in the physical space, we would have really taken you all out for a walk. Okay, or would have asked you all to go for a city walk. We like we did this in the fourth year, where we used to take them on city walks on Saturdays. Okay, Shirish and I mean, you guys were there. I don't know if you guys, Shirish and I used to conduct this food walks. Okay, we used to eat and we used to explore the city. Okay, and it's something that we enjoyed because we both love to eat. So yeah. So Fleur, the thing is that unfortunately this kind of lockdown does not allow. I mean, actually, many of these kind of ideas or these samples that we'll pick up across the globe, even in the within the country, even within the state or even within the city. Okay, these examples they have one or the other way of some kind of form of similarity of the design process. So we always would love to also could have engaged of by taking you all out on a walk into the city and show you all. Okay, see what is happening. So yeah, but you're right. Overall, this book is going to be a book of opinions, your own opinion. Okay, and opinions that are created after listening to other people, your faculty from other courses, this course, your friends, okay, and probably have your own kind of set of things, opinions that you diagrammatize and you that you how you want to react then. So yes, that is going to be. So this book is going to be some form of a compilation of what you're thinking in the third in the fifth semester.
Thank you.
Sorry, but is
Okay.
there a kind of PDF brief of this uh,
Yeah, I will
lecture
send it to
series?
you.
Or
Yeah, I
yeah,
will send it to you. So the
that
thing
would
is,
be.
hey, have you all been introduced to Moodle yet? No. Uh,
Sorry.
have okay, there is a
No,
No,
platform
not
called
yet.
Moodle. Okay, there's a platform called Moodle. Okay, um, it's an open source platform. Okay, we are also, I wouldn't say we are struggling, but we are also learning the how to operate in that Moodle platform. So we want to slowly move away from the Teams ka thing. Okay, don't worry, you all will get enough time and training given. So it's an open source. Teams consumes a lot of data bandwidth, okay, and stuff like that, and it sometimes gets slow. So and this is open source, it's easier on the system, okay. And so yeah, so we have put some stuff on it, the primary note of the Tectonic Studio on it, okay. But what we will do, we will share a PDF, so it's easier for you all can go through it, and we'll put the PDF in this Teams ka channel mein files mein dal dega, okay. We'll notify one of your CRs when we do that, okay. But yes, a PDF is ready. We just want to go through the schedule of things, timeline. Swati has prepared. We just have to just probably sit and reorganize or just identify what and when we do some things. Otherwise, the document is ready. So I think they say by the end of this day or tomorrow we will send it out so you guys can see it. Okay.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Also, yeah, the architecture works. I mean, hopefully
Hmm.
now towards the end of the semester we may actually be able to do it. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that is the fun part. Or maybe wherever you all are sitting in whichever spaces in whichever cities, okay, there are opportunities there also. So sometimes so okay, this is what I used to do. I used to read something, okay, and then I used to probably sometimes when you're reading, you will realize, oh, I have been in a similar situation or an urban situation like this, and then probably this was somewhere in Kalba Devi or this was somewhere in Gwalior, okay, and then quickly go to I always then would quickly go into my onto Google Earth satellite thing and search for that fabric, okay, and then see the similarity. Huh? And then so I mean right nowadays, I mean for last 2 years I'm doing this stuff because then there is a similarity between two places I found, and it's like a eureka moment for me. One is Buleshwar, if you look from top, it's like a circular thing, like a in plan form, okay, and a similar situation is there in Hyderabad, very close to Charminar. And then I realized that Buleshwar had a situation where they had a temple and a tank, and people used to take the production of that. So the urban fabric of form is like a rotunda. It's like a circular thing. Okay. Today the tank is not there. The tank is gone, dried up, reclaimed, and now there's a building on it, and the building is called Tank Building. Similarly, in Hyderabad, there's a certain kind of a circumpath, and I contacted one of my senior colleague. I don't know if you've heard of him, Srinivas Reddy. So I told Srinivas, this is amazing. This is something that, so tell me. I think there will be a temple and there would have been a tank. So he said, George, how did you know that sitting there? I said, see, there's a similar situation here. Like, oh my God, this is amazing. And like, and I don't know, many people might have found this before me. I'm not saying that I'm the first one also to discover this thing, but I'm saying for your own personal kind of this thing, you like, wow, I mean, there's something that you have done today. Okay, you've done something that I mean, like what Swati was saying, intuition. I read a text. I went to see. That text was somewhere in Europe, and I said, this is something happening here. I've been in this situation. I feel go to those places, and then there it is. Okay, and this and it's fascinating. And then he said, yeah, there's another building called Tank Building in Hyderabad, and that is this place. It's here. So I don't know. So I don't know. Maybe the owners are the same, or they got married. to each other, or I don't know, something, or maybe it's just like, I don't know, it's all some form of supernatural thing that happened, and everybody's. So yeah, so I think yeah, so अभी तो बाहर निकलने, I mean, I don't know, mostly getting out now is risky. Don't want to get ask you all to even do that, okay? And don't be heroes and heroines of getting out and like going and checking out thing. Don't risk your lives, okay? So get the vaccine and all that thing. We'll do everything, and you all have time, man. Come on, okay? You're in the third year. You all will things will get better. If not now, you all can do it a little later. Okay. So but don't risk your lives. But yes, I agree. Going out, that really changes the way the thing, because we are seeing everything in diagrams, in drawing forms, in images. But going out and the experience part, that when the experience part gets tied into this whole kind of theory based learning, okay, it's amazing. It's amazing. Because then मुझे लगता है ना वही होता है ना स्वाति, then you are able to develop an intuition because of that. वो intuition because of I mean what text मैं read की, I read the text and I've been to these two places, that experience is filled in me. So then the text helped me to this thing. But yeah, unfortunately this time I don't know. Yeah.
If you do have a kind of list of sites that you'd like us to visit, you can just send it, and then if we are in the area, like if we're doing our own personal like grocery shopping or whatever, we can check it out.
तू हम लोग को मरवाएगा तू.
I'm not saying we have to visit it, but like there's just an option to visit it. Like मेरे घर के बाजू में है, and I'm going there anyway for like stray coloring or whatever. I can like be like, oh, it's just a turn from
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. Like I said, this is we have developed a course, definitely like the backbone structure of this whole course. But some things like you're saying, that will be developed as we move ahead, and we want that this is somewhere we also want to partner with you all. That's why again I'm saying we feel that it's important to listen to each other's opinions, and that's why I think the course's strength lies in the partnership between us and you all. Okay, that's how we imagine this course. Okay. Yeah, but yeah, we'll share. We'll do that. We'll make a list. As we move ahead, we'll make a list.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else?
I just wanted to add, if you're making a group of like 20 people or something, please don't make it roll number wise. I mean, we've had enough of this roll number wise thing.
Request granted, sir.
Thank
Can
you.
we do new groups every class? Because that same group, I feel like the discussion will stagnate.
कितना काम करवाएगा faculty से, Shravan?
We'll just put a random. We can just set up a random number generator as CRs. Just put a random number generator. Like okay, these roll number, these roll number, these number. There has to be some sort of sorter for that.
I don't know if that will happen, but yeah, we will definitely make new groups. I don't know how we'll do some kind of thing. I know most of y'all, so maybe we'll do this thing. Yeah. What is it called? Social engineering. Social engineering. Okay. Anybody else? Anything else? Enough for the years today. Monday morning, first class, Gyan. Okay, if there's nothing else, we can say bye, and we can meet next class. Okay, and next class, mostly I'm going to work that out and will let you all know. So right now, Rohan and Shirish takes architectural theory with you all in the afternoon slot. So I'm going to request if it's possible for them to come in the morning slot, and so then Swati and I will meet you at that particular slot. Okay, I'll confirm that today itself. Otherwise, yes. In the meantime, both of us will send you all a PDF, so you all can go through the thing, and maybe some things can change as we go, because as the class responds to the codes, some things will which we will be might be planning to happen in the 14th week or 13th week might be brought ahead. So, but that is going to happen. It's an easy course. It's listening to each other and each other's opinion, and also developing certain form of things. So it's a very easy course. There'll be two forms of submission. One is the interim thing, and one is the end, and all that is going to be in the form of that book. Okay, so don't panic. Okay, is that fine, all of you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so we have to take attendance.
I just downloaded it. I just
Okay, okay, fine. ठीक है then, chalo, bye bye. And Swati, then I'll call you in. I'll go into that other class. And hey, what
yeah.
time your class begins? 10:40, no?
10:40. Yes.
Okay, so now it's 9:56. Okay, and that class ends at 12.
12:20. Yeah, 12:20.
Okay, okay. We need at least an hour or something, no, to sit and talk. So when do you think it's possible?
Can we speak around?
In the evening? You
Yeah,
want to do it?
evening after 5. Yeah.
Okay, fine. So let's say around 5:30.
Yes, that's good.
Okay, great. Okay, we'll meet then.
Okay.
Okay, bye everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.